Good afternoon. Thank you. Don't let nobody tell you it's over because it ain't. I got everything I need today. What? What? Hey. Come on now. Y'all, I really like that song. I found the clean version just in case my babies was in here. And these is probably about to be my new glasses. I gotta get used to wearing glasses. Y'all send them their blue light. They are not prescription yet, but they will be shortly. Cause not being able to see the words on the page ain't funny no more. Thank you. Hey, hey y'all. Hey, hola, hola. We about to see how these work. These is about to be the ones I'm gonna get. Y'all send me a couple pair. I'm about to just get my prescription put in all of them because I can't see. And that ain't funny to me no more. It's making my reading very hard. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you. Oh, thank you. My Target sweater. I had it for a while. Y'all know I never get to put clothes on. I said the world is ending. You could put some stuff on. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all see I got my bacon and eggs earrings on today. Guess what y'all niece gonna say? Thank you. Guess what y'all niece gonna say? Mom, they should call you Miss Frizzle. I said they already do. She said, well then they should call you Miss Frazzle because you be stressing people out. Not that you want to call me a knockoff version of Miss Frizzle. That's what your niece said. She said they should call you Miss Frazzle because you be stressing people out. I said no, she didn't. Get your niece. You call. I was about to go have class. I don't got time for none of this. I don't have no time for it. You hear me? Get your niece. She always talking crazy. She can't never just call and say, hey, mom, how you doing? She be wanting to get under my skin. That's her thing. If anything, you help us release stress. Thank you. Not true, girl. But you know she act like, okay, I told you who she act like. You and your cousin. She calls just to say stuff, just to see how I'm going to react to it. That's her whole job. Don't nobody got time for that. Don't. And then when I get talking, okay, mom, I got to go. Oh, okay. Well, you called to mess with me. I'm going to mess with you too then. I'm going to mess with you too. How did y'all sleep? I slept really good. I got some stuff to do in the house today. Girl, she said, you know you my best friend. I said, I don't know about that. I'm not your little friend. I'm not your little friend. I don't know. No. I slept well though. I did. Did y'all sleep good? And y'all know what? I've been not giving too many hours to TikTok. Listen, that part. I've been trying not to give all my time to breaking news, and I feel a lot calmer. Anybody else? Y'all feel a little bit calmer? Like I ain't been spending 7 hours on TikTok like I was. I was on TikTok a lot, but I just been doing other stuff. I don't care if it's just watching TV. I ain't. I don't want it. It's too much. We already know what's gonna happen. I'm not about to keep listening to it every day. It was doing too much. I slept so. Oh, last night. I almost forgot about TikTok. I'm trying to tell you. Like I go on there for news, but I just yeah, it's heavy over there. It's either somebody being mean or nasty or whatever. And I'm not saying. I mean, I still go over there and get information, but yeah, I realized I kind of was unproductive for the last couple months. Like just simple things. The time just ticked away. It ticked away. And I realized, oh yeah, I've been trying to do other stuff. Like I had to calm my mind down even enough to be able to really read. I wanted to tell you that Wendy Britton passed. She was crazy about you. Who is that? I'm so sorry to hear that. Who is Wendy Britton? Was she a part? Is the young black girl? She had like no way. What happened? Oh my god. Are you serious? Listen, I know exactly who. Oh my goodness. I am definitely praying for her family. Oh, wow. Wow. I remember fussing at Wendy. I mean, not fussing at her. I remember exactly who you're talking about. Because in her picture, she had like, she was reading those books. We sent her the day before she passed. Wow, wow. She taught me all about what you would teach her. No way. So you got here through her. Wow. So, listen to me. You're her spouse. Got it. Wow. Listen, I am so sorry for you, your loss. And just understand that, God allowed y'all to come here and be here. You hear me? But look at see, this is why, I'm just going to say this. This is why it's important. Whatever God asks you to say today, say it today. Whatever, if God is asking you to change today. Because you don't know what tomorrow holds. It also makes me think about what my godmother told me years ago. I said, Mama, why people come around me and then they be leaving this earth? She said, baby, some people God allows you to come around them so that they can prepare to transition. But to know that she spent so much time in study and searching out God and learning, and then God came and he got her, is a blessing. Do you see what I'm saying? She could have spent her time doing a lot of other stuff, but if she been here for years, she spent her last days studying and understanding and learning and growing. And once you get to the end of your ruler, that might mean you accomplished all the stuff that you was supposed. I used to say, you love CERCA more than me. She didn't play about you at all. Them hour-long classes, she was there. Wow, from the very start of you. Wow. Come on, God is moved. Listen, God know what he be doing. Do you hear me? It's okay. It's okay. I already know it's weird on this too. Do y'all hear that? That made my day. Not that she passed, but that she was here. She got a chance to study. It's no reason to be sad when that kind of stuff happened. Do you hear me? Think about what she spent her last days doing. Do you hear? And even the day before she passed, she was reading and studying. God can come and get us in a lot of different stages. You hear me? But to know that she was trying to get in her word, and for the last 3 years, she's been learning about God. Listen, you miss her. Yeah. Guess what, though? The crazy thing is, we all have a time. And we know this. We all have a time. We all have a day. And it's scary to think about being without our loved ones, but God only loaned them to us. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you. God only loaned them to us, y'all. Y'all remember me telling y'all that I asked God to help me deal with if he take one of my kids or whatever, like help me to understand. She spent her last days learning about the kingdom she was headed to. That's a blessing in the last days. She knows God and what he wanted from us. I'm trying to tell you, it was so out of nowhere she wasn't even sick. Exactly. Exactly. And you got to think about it. Even though Riz, you was calling and giving her a hard time, you was giving your grandma a word that she might not have got any other time. Remember I told you, when I started this, my grandma started calling me all the time. She would call me when I was in class. I'm like, Grandma, I'll call you back when I get out of class. But I started having Bible studies with my grandma, not knowing God was going to take her 2 years later. The woman that taught me how to pray and I watched preach, like I got a chance to teach her, and then God took her. Right, I'm taking care of both of my parents. They on their last days. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. We are all going to transition, and it's not something nice to think about. You hear me? But exactly, that's why I'm not sad like everybody else. I just miss her. I know, Pumpkin. You ain't got nobody mess with now. You ain't got nobody that see. You ain't got nobody mess with. He gonna see you somebody else. It'll probably be one of your great aunties or something. He gonna send you somebody else and fill the void. Don't even worry about it. They on their way. He gonna send you another older woman, probably your auntie or somebody, and you gonna have somebody to pick with. It's gonna remind you just of your grandma and everything. Don't worry about it. He gonna fill it up. Wow. You said I got so used to hearing your voice every day, all day. She didn't even watch TV. She watched you day in and day out. That's interesting. Well, I'm happy you here, Pumpkin, and I'm happy that I'm just happy that she got a chance. I got my uncles, but they could knock the gravy out my biscuit. He'll give you one. Don't worry about it. It might be one of your auntie-in-laws. He gonna send somebody. He gonna send somebody. You just watch and see. It's a never ending revolving door of people. Now that you got the stuff, oh yeah, he about to send them. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you, I've had a chance to speak with pretty much all of my mama's brothers and sisters on her mom's side. Most of their children, their spouses, their kids' friends. It's a never ending pool of people that need what you have. I promise. And that's to everybody here. Understand that your last 3 years or however long you've been here, it was not for nothing, y'all. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, think about it. If you could spend, you said, okay, good, because I'm bored. Oh, don't worry about it. He about to send somebody. You listen to me. Wait till he starts sending you multiples of them. And it's the same thing 3, 4, 6 times a day. You're gonna be like this. All right, I'm not bored no more. But I would like to be for a little bit. Cause okay, I'm just gonna tell you, she was the starter up. Wait till he send you the rest of them. Wait till he send you the rest of them. So, if you have Legends of the Jews, Volume 3, that's where we're going to be at today. But if you don't, I believe you can read it on Sacred Text or at Forgotten Books. Okay? Hey, so if you have the Legends of the Jews, Book 3, grab it. If you don't, you can read this online at Forgotten Books. It's the Legends of the Jews, Bible times and characters from the Exodus to the death of Moses. That's where we're going to be at, that book, this one. So if you have Volume 3, can you grab it? If not, you can go to Forgotten Books and look up the Legends of the Jews, Volume 3, and that's where we're going to be at. Okay? It's a little chilly in here. Hold up. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Y'all want to know how I got beat up on my head today? I'll tell y'all about it later as soon as we get into this. Because he showed beat up on my head this morning. I said, oh, fine. Fine. That's okay. Listen. You said, yes, I talked to my sister, and then the next day she was gone. You don't even know. Interesting. Interesting. Weird. You was in this book yesterday. Well, I don't think it's weird. I think everything happens for a reason. Yeah. I think everything happened for a reason. So, hey, I'm going to let y'all get y'all books or get it there. Oh! Y'all. 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 Y'all see that after March something or April something, you ain't gonna be able to get your books from Amazon. Your ebooks, you gotta download them all, or you will not have access to them. They taking them books. A young lady said, I saw it on TikTok yesterday. I reshared it. So if you got ebooks on Amazon, you better download them to a Fire Stick or something, because you're not gonna have access to them if you don't. I don't know what's going on with the audiobooks, but the ebooks, if you got books from wherever, you better get them. February 26th? Okay. Oh! Oh! It's February 26th? That's only that's like 5 days. Q Mari, did we talk about it? Did we talk about this? You need to have a physical form of your book, because when they turn it off the internet, you ain't gonna be able to get it. You hear me? We did, didn't we, Rika? Put your books into collections and then download them. Thank you. That's why I've been buying hardcover books. We did. We did. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. And think about this though, y'all. Right after we started buying all the books, they started throwing the books away. Now they're taking away the ebooks. God said for such a time as this. Because he knew we wasn't going to have access to the internet or internet books. You hear me? You said it's the Kindle books. They start there. Think about it. But did God not tell us this was going to happen, though? He said, get the physical books. 3 years before they start throwing away the books. 2 years before they start throwing away the books. 1 year before they start throwing away the books. And now they're getting rid of the digital books. How many of y'all built a library when you came here? Some of y'all already had one. But if you built a library when you got here, can you raise your hand? Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, Sugar. You did. Wendy did. You did, Jamila. You did, Jen. A huge one. You did, Steph. You did, Kendra. You did. You did, Diana. I got books in. Okay. Wherever they at, did you start to build your library? Like, some people already had libraries, but if you didn't and you started to build it here, I'm just trying to see something, because God knew in a minute they was about to take the books in the time that we would be together. You, Danny Nicole, Miss Sheeta. Okay. Okay. Lady K. Okay. Miss Duncan. Miss Anderson. Okay. Okay. You said a stay sale this weekend, getting more. Come on. And did. Jacqueline. Okay. Okay. I did for me and my kids. I got a baby book collection. That's all right. It's okay. Me. Okay. Okay. You did too. St. Mary's Baby Stitch Creation. Okay. I grew it. And it got 2 full shelves now. Come on. Come on, you said she made me buy all the survival. Interesting. So you got all the survival stuff. And y'all probably got doubles of everything. That's interesting. Come on. I went as far as the librarian printing them and making them into books for backup. Come on now. Okay. Y'all think it's crazy that at a time when they're trying, God told us to buy books right before they're trying to get rid of the Department of Education. They're trying to shut down the colleges and not funding the colleges. And God told us to go to the Goodwill and buy subjects all the way up to college level on as many subjects as you can in 2022. Did he not? Did he not? He told us buy all the way up to college level, books about everything, cabinet building, whatever you can think of, get the books. And now we are in a time when they're getting ready to take them away. Or public access. You won't have public access to books. Dollar Tree has awesome books wherever you can get them. Goodwill, wherever you buy them at. I go to everywhere. Used bookstores, all of it. I'm just saying, right before they get ready, come on. Most people don't even own real books. They got a couple, but if they gonna read, it's gonna be on a device. You hear me? Yeah, they gonna be. They blue blockers right now, but yeah, they gonna be. Thank you so much, Pumpkin. So one of y'all sent these to me. They gonna be. I gotta get myself used to it, but I definitely gotta go get me some. It feels like I can see a little bit better, which is really crazy. So maybe it's just been a blue light the whole time. Good idea. I just might go to the thrift store. I'm in a different city today. Girl, yeah. And ask God to put something special there for you. He will. That makes me happy. Thank you. I just found 2 books yesterday, one about Great Britain and one about World War II. Oh, so he gave you something special. I know you're about to read it right now, right? Especially the one about World War II. Not he put it in your hands and we live in it. Go on and grab that. You need to go on and get your lighters, your highlighters out and your markers and stuff and get that going. The disdain I felt for Nook and Kindle when they first came out are being valid today. Thank you, Dad. You love your Kindle, right? Well, you got to download all your books. Make sure they download it. Yeah. Oh, let me run to the restroom. We in the Legends of the Jews, book 3, volume 3. So if you can get to Forgotten Books and download it, or because I think they let you download it. Book 3, Legends of the Jews, so you can read along, or if you already have the book, can you grab it, because it's where we're going to be. Okay? I read some today. It's pretty interesting. Y'all might have already read it. That's fine. We're going to read it today. Okay? Y'all all right with that? I bought some mozzarella, and I'm about to try to make me some mozzarella sticks. I know they're going to be so good, too. I'm speaking it into existence. Costco got some already sliced mozzarella, like in the slices, but I'm going to make them in patties instead of sticks. Oh, just think if you fried it in that patty, because you know it come in the roll and they slice it. Well, think about if you put that on the inside of a hamburger. Fried it, let it cool, and then put the hamburger on the outside of it and fried that. Cook that with some onions and stuff. Hell, I might put me some onions on the inside of there. But just think about it. You got the burger on the outside, but you done already fried the mozzarella stick hard. And then you put it in there, so then when you bite it, you got that crunch and the season and savory and all of that, and the cheese pool. I think it's going to be amazing. So that's going to be my goal this week. Girl, I'm about to batter them up and put them, they say put them in the freezer, then fry it. And then put that on the inside of that turkey burger, girl, with some onions. Big back activities. Yep, I got lettuce and tomato. And a good deal pickle. I'm gonna be good. I'm telling you, I am. Good and sleep. I'll be right back, y'all. Get your downloads, please, if you don't have it. Yep. Hold on, y'all. So I do not want to hit my toe on this thing. And so I'm going to bring out my handy dandy Thundercats. Thank you, Miss Rose. If you was in here for my shoes, if you want some custom sandals, you know Miss Rose, she'll get you together. They glow in the dark and all. So grab you some sandals for the summer. I think it's a good idea. And for the winter too. Go on and grab some. Wow. Wow. Well, you know what? God knows. God helped her get clean. We just happened to be the avenue that the road he told her to come to. And that's so crazy because I just told someone recently, I had a conversation and I said there are a lot of people. Interesting. Um, you said you told her she would be judged in her body and she quit. Well, God knows. Hey, Pumpkin, we just talked about you. I got my shoes on. I just went and got them, and then you came right in. So, what was I getting ready to say? All right, let's, because I didn't, my focus is, okay, we going to get on the class. So, if you have your book, grab it. Oh, I was just telling somebody recently that a lot of people have gotten clean since they've been here from whatever. You know what I mean? There's all type of addictions. And it makes me excited to hear that God is, relieving people and freeing people, and they are not a slave to certain things anymore. So that makes me. She used for 30 years. Wow. Okay. So you got your book. Did you go download it? Did y'all get a chance to download it? Yeah. Or if you have it, we're in the Legends of the Jews, Volume 3. So if you don't have it, I need you to go to Forgotten Books. Go to Forgotten Books and look up the Legends of the Jews. Okay, you got it? Y'all got it? Try to give y'all some time to download it. I definitely been free from a few addictions that I never spoke about, so I'm thankful. God knows, baby. God knows. God knows. Y'all helped me cure me for one of mine, too. Ain't no telling what CERCA would have been on. You hear me? Y'all helped me cure me for one of my addictions, too. Rika, listen, because I had to be in here with y'all for 13 hours a day. I couldn't go get in no trouble. And you said what? This has been the clinic for getting rid of seeing and stuff. That's what this been. Hallelujah. Everybody say thank you, Jesus. We're going to give God a hand clap. Ain't it good? Hallelujah. You said what? And did? Yeah, this is a hospital. You hear me? It's a whole hospital. It is. It's a hospital. The best cleanse kept us out. See, people was looking at us like we was crazy. You said we kept you out of trouble. Saying, listen, did. Think about how many. We didn't have to. By the time you get off, your brain be so fried. If it ain't so excited, you can't go to sleep. So you got to call somebody and tell them. Then we back up at it again 4-5 hours later. Y'all get off them dang. You said y'all got me off them dang vape pens. Come on. God know what he doing. You hear me? Because I'm telling y'all right now, I was on some bull. I was about to do what I wanted to do for a minute. I was divorced and I was about to be out here. And now I might not have been on no funny stuff because I gotta be careful, but I was about to be outside. God said, you'll not be outside, you'll be inside teaching 12, 13 hours a day. Get ready. Get your robe on and get your jammies, because yeah, this is what you're gonna be doing. You sure is about to be outside. You about to be in Africa, you about to be in Japan, you about to be in Australia, in China, in the islands. You said, you hear me? I was up. I wasn't ish. You hear me? Listen. You said I wasn't ish. Listen. Okay, so let's talk about that. Who feels like your value has come up? Anybody? Because we ain't going to talk about how when you giving yourself away to things that God don't want you to do, how worthless you feel. We ain't going to talk about that, right? We'll say that for another day. You can walk with your head up a lot higher than you used to. I mean, you would put it up in pride, but for real, that wasn't what it was. I got a testimony. I've been so happy. I can't contain it. Being out of work from my miscarriages saved my job because they let my team go. So I applied for another job to be safe, and I got the offer today. Come on, baby. Come on. You said what? Testimony. Hallelujah. Did he? Listen. Remember when I told you what apply to them don't apply to you no more? Who remembers I used to tell y'all that? What apply to them don't apply to you no more. When you step over here, it don't matter what happened with everybody else, baby. It don't gotta happen to you. Do you hear me? Sometimes what we think is a setback is God setting us up. It's a real thing. It's real. People say, oh, you know that's happening. Well, that don't mean it gotta happen to me. I live in a different world. I mean, I'm in this world. Y'all see me, but I don't live in that world. See, when you cross over to this side, it's a different way of living. Who will agree? I don't know how long you've been here, but do you live differently in the same space? You ain't had to move away or nothing. You live a different life in the same space I met y'all in. God definitely used my test as my testimony. He still had favor on me. Girl, every day. Every day. Do you realize he knew everything you was going to do before you did it? That's why when people be trying to listen, hey, excuse me. I don't need you to be in my business, because you do know that while you trying to make me feel guilty about something God already knew, and he still came over here and was messing with me. Remember that while you trying to do whatever you need to do over there, because that don't mean nothing. God already knew I was going to do everything I was going to do. It's a surprise to you, but it was never a surprise to him, because every part of it is going to teach me who he is. If I never messed up, I wouldn't know how he could fix it. If it didn't ever catch me by surprise, then I wouldn't know that it never caught him by surprise, because he already had something lined up, which means he already knew it was coming. Do you hear me? It's a real thing. Do you understand? Y'all all in my business, because I was just talking to y'all niece, and she was telling me, Mom, I'm so grateful I went through, the stuff that she went through right before she had her baby, and she kissed my granddaughter. She said, I'm grateful. She was like, I wouldn't take back the bad. I said, now you getting it. But y'all ready? It's going along the lines of what we got to be studying today. Okay, so if you have this book, I need you, excuse me, to go to page 210. Okay, I need you to go to page 210, please. And we just gonna read along in here. I want y'all to see what I saw. Maybe y'all done already seen it. And if so, that's fine. But we just gonna read this together. Y'all ready? Yeah. um Moses in the wilderness. There is no title. There is no title, Rika, that I can see. Mine don't, y'all, mine don't give that. Oh, wait a minute. The gifts of the princess. I think that's it. The gifts of the princess, but then how you gonna find the page? See. Oh no, it's the revelations in the tabernacle. Sorry. It do. The revelations in the tabernacle. I'm human. Get over it. I don't know. I'm new to this book, okay? I'm new here. Yes. There you go. But you gotta go, because it's not at the beginning of that, though. So then is y'all's gonna read like mine? $210, but if you got a different, okay, so what version do y'all have? Oh, they read the same, just different pages. Got it. If you're online, it's 209. Got it. Okay. I don't know. So we got to go back to what we used to do. If you're reading it online, it's this page. If you, what's the name, it's this page. Got it. Got it. Can I ask y'all a question? Are you happy about God giving us this university and putting us together and the things that we have learned here? Y'all, we made it 3 years. That's a long time for us to not have no plan and not even know we built this as we went. We learned each other as we went. There was no plan. I wasn't trying to go viral. We didn't even know what this was going to be. But look how God has used all of us to change people's lives and give them information they would have never had and be a blessing to so many people. Like we've been at this 3 years, y'all. That's a long time. I'm happy this has been such a blessing. Listen, we've been together for 3 long years. I appreciate y'all and love y'all. Same. You found your peace here. Come on. Like this could have been over. It could have been craziness, drama. It could have been. God came in and He has been here the whole time, and I'm grateful for it. She was here the full 3 years. Come on. I'm thankful God chose to place me in the right place at the time. Listen, me too. It all started with the giant video, but think about that, y'all. We 3 years in. That's a long time in internet land. Y'all don't think so? And people can go back and see our progress of how we evolved into this place that we are right now. This has been the family, your family that you needed. Come on. Same. But I'm just thinking about to hear about all of the transitions and things that have happened since you all have been here, and to know that your life is more peaceful and that you seek Him for God and you love Him and you desire to live the way that he wants you to live. Not saying you perfect and saved and all of this, but every day you're learning a different view of God and how he thinks about you and your life and your family. And I think that's a huge blessing. This wasn't about like who's smarter than who, none of that. We all just got in here and learned together. There are people that never read their Bibles that are great students now, great researchers, great just amazing scholar like people, because you all made a decision to be an autodidactic polymath and figure it out and ask God. But you didn't just do it so that you knew more than other people. You did it so you could understand your life, and by way of doing that, you have helped other people. Um, Interesting. Um, you all have helped other people grow and change. You hear me? Y'all done sow seeds in your kids and strangers, in your followers, people that follow you on all your social media. Like, you never even understand probably how far your reach has made it. A stranger coming across your page and now they looking up something and they're, you know what I mean? So by you all wanting to understand God's way and having the faith to change, having the faith to understand that no, God ain't pleased with everything. It ain't saying you're gonna be perfect, but he will let you know what he do and don't like. But your life only gets better when you start to seek him and you start to just try to understand just today. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but today I'm gonna try to figure this out. And I can go to my word and look for something, and he'll take me to a story that is every single thing that I'm going through today. And this is why I beg people not to get trapped in the I gotta read it on the calendar type thing. Let God have you open it up, and you will see that whatever food you need for that day, it'll show up on your spiritual plate. You'll be like, oh my goodness, this crazy, this real crazy, right? Right? So let's get this cracking. Here we go. It says we're gonna start it so that, because it says not dare to enter the temple, and we're gonna be bouncing around. So here we go. It says so that God had to summon him to enter. Moses, however, could not enter the sanctuary while a cloud was upon it, this being a sign that the demons held sway. I want to stop right there. We gonna get right into it. God said, you gonna be able to go in, but right now that cloud that you think is a cloud, or the mist that you see, that is me cleansing the way and getting rid of the evil spirits that's about to try to get in your mind before you come in my presence. You ever made a decision that you're going to sit down and study, or you're going to go read, or you're going to just spend some time listening to God and journaling, and then as soon as you have that thought or you say it out your mouth, somebody call your phone, one of the kids come in and say something to irritate you, your spouse irritates you? Okay? Anybody? You said yesterday? So before you get ready to go into the presence of God, there are evil entities standing at the doorway so that you don't get to communicate. But God said, I'm going to put my mist up there, and that's going to be cleansing the area so you can walk through and come and talk to me about what you need to talk to me about. That's been what's been going on with me lately. Interesting. The irritation when you say you gonna fast today, and then before this, why you ain't supposed to say it, you just think it in your mind and do it. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. You hear me? Anybody? You made it up in your mind that you were going to do something in service of God, or growing your situation, and then all of a sudden, it's a real thing that the enemy wants to continually disconnect you from the voice of God. Understand that. That's what the distractions be for. That's what the irritation and keeping you mad and keeping you suspicious and keeping you, you know what I'm saying, too tired to do everything. All of those things are set so that you want to drown out whatever God is, keep you stressed out, overworked. All of these different things that's what drowns out God's voice. The deadlines and the due dates and all of these different things for bills and all of that. You can't hear him because you know that it's a red notice. But he said, I'm bigger than my voice, bigger than the red notice. Understand that. It's bigger. My grace, my providence, everything. It's bigger. My ability to provide for you, all of it. It's bigger than whatever it is. I just need you to hear me. And sometimes, as soon as trouble comes or is it in between us and God, we just bow to it. No. You don't even try to wait for God to clear it up before you start accepting the defeat. You already start to plan what you're going to do after the defeat, like he can't take care of it already. It's moving on. Here we go. Oh, are you going to bed? Yeah. Let me see. Oh, no. All right, here we go. It says, but waited until the cloud had moved on. The voice that called Moses came from heaven in the form of a tube of fire and rested over the two cherubim, whence Moses perceived its sound. What would you call this? Is this a tube? And sound come out of both ends of it. And because of the shape, the sound radiates louder. Interesting. Interesting. Here we go. It says, when Moses perceived its sound, the voice was as powerful as at the revelation at Sinai, when the souls of all Israel escaped in terror. Still, it was audible to none but Moses. So the voice was so loud, but the only person that could hear it was Moses. They saw the fire, right? When Moses went up onto the mountain, the people in the valley, they saw the fire. They saw the burning bush. And the voice was so loud that it shook the ground, but they couldn't hear it. Make that make sense. Have you ever seen a person that's been deemed mentally ill and they cover their ears and they are screaming because someone is screaming at them very loudly, but you can't hear it? You know for a fact that they hearing a loud noise. Because you can tell by the way their body is moving, but you can't hear it. Anybody worked in a mental institution or a mental hospital? Or have a member that struggles with mental illness? Anybody? A child? Anything? They will cover their ears like someone is screaming at them and talking loudly, like they're trying to drown out a voice that only they can hear. Right? Sometimes they say there's a whole bunch of them. You said me, I'm at work now. Okay. You've seen it on the Alzheimer's unit. Okay. Yes. Yes, they do that. Okay. It happened to you before. Interesting. Yep, I work with them. It's as real to them, CERCA, as it is to us. Right. Right. But do you realize if there were a group of people looking at Moses when he was shrunk down from the voice of God, that he would have right now been viewed as mentally ill because nobody else could hear the voice. But when he heard it, it was like thunder. And this voice that sounded like thunder told you to write in some mud. Nobody else heard it. But they could see him reacting like he heard something. Would he not be considered mentally ill today? How many times has a mentally ill person wrote something on the wall that everybody thought was jibber-jabber, and whole time it was dates and times of something crazy that was about to happen? Or they went outside in the mud and was sitting and drawing something in the mud, and people like, what are you drawing? And they wouldn't say nothing. And whatever it is, they heard it, they saw it, they drew it. They wrote it over and over and over and over until people understood what it was for. Where did that come from? $2.10. Well, I'm just saying, it came from God, period. That there is an unseen source that can give information that nobody else around is going to be able to hear. This just happened at work 2 days ago. A patient wrote all over the walls and ceiling about the new world order. Girl, quit playing with me, Nick. Whoa! you took pictures. Oh, girl, send them to me. As soon as I said it, she said, I got pictures. Hey, Dad. Just want to tell you thank you. Because you be telling us what we need to look for. It's some information in them pictures that somebody all the way across the country got. And he had us talk about it today, but it happened 2 days ago, and we didn't need to know until today. And thank you. We just want to say thank you about everything. For the last 3 years, for the last 40 years, 70 years, 60 years, we just want to say thank you. Right. Have a good eternity, Dad. Girl, when I tell you my dad be doing his big one, I think a lot of people deemed mentally ill can see in the spiritual realm. Of course. And y'all wonder why I be like, yeah, no, I don't want to go back to the other life. Because he can use anybody he wants to give you the information. You just got to be open to, let's go. Come on. Thank you, Dad. Here we go. Wow. Here we go. Oh, shoot. All right. It says, not even the angels heard it, for the words of God were destined exclusively for Moses. So it was so loud that humans and animals couldn't hear it, and the angels couldn't either, but he only fine-tuned his voice that day in the whole universe to Moses' ears. Interesting. Aaron, too, with the exception of 3 cases in which God revealed himself to him, never received his commands except through the communication of Moses. God would call Moses twice caressingly by name, and when he had answered, "Here am I," God's words were revealed to him, and every commandment as a special revelation. God always allowed a pause, here we go, to take place between the different laws to be imparted, that Moses might have time rightly to grasp what was told to him. Excuse me. Look at this. Now do y'all understand why if you started to read the Bible this time, since you've been over here, do you understand the Bible differently? Anybody understand the Bible now? Like, it doesn't matter where you read, you can understand. You, Jamila? You? Yes. It don't matter if it's sacred text, the testament of this or that, or wherever you at. You can understand. Excuse me. Yep. Hey, Pumpkin. Okay. Okay. You understand that the hours and hours and hours that we were here in class was you would learn something, and then we would break that all the way down until you understood, and then we would go to the next thing. You remember when people used to be trying to tell me what I needed to be teaching and all of this kind of stuff, and I said, hey, this is God's class, and whatever He wants to be taught today is going to be taught. You don't need to tell me what I need to be teaching, and none of this matters, and none of this, because a lot of you found out that generational curses that were on your family came from the giants. Or you got to read a story and you understood why certain things went on in your life. So if we would have skipped that, which most people just want to skip through the beginning, but God didn't say go study the forefathers for nothing. Understand what they did, so that you can understand why you're still fighting those things to this day, or how they have affected not only you, but people 4,000 years ago. Because it's the same spirits that got into them and made them act the way that they act and to do the things that they do. You hear me? It's a real thing. But you all now understand the beginning of sin. You understand why Lucifer moved the way that he do, and why certain people take on his persona and act like him. You understand why. You don't beat yourself up no more because you don't fit in certain situations, because you understand that you were supposed to see it, assess it, and make sure it's not in your life. Right? There was situations that you used to go into, you thought you were supposed to be there to be with everybody. No, you were supposed to understand what not to do, and how not to be, and how not that you look down on nobody, but God was showing you, if you continue in this way, if you stay in this situation, this is what you have to look forward to. And we can go back to the stories from the beginning of where a person was greedy or whatever else it was, and see that they're in. Or if they wanted other people to, not have as much as them, or whatever else it is, we saw the end of that. So us going through those stories and God letting you learn lesson by lesson, this is the reason that this is happening, and this is the reason. It wasn't, I think the most important thing I learned is that it's about the relationship with God and religion, and not religion and denomination. Right. But understand, you had to go in and be able to break the stories down to understand the rest of it. Do you understand? You're not on no basic level of understanding of the Bible anymore. But that's because you chose to go and take the time and listen to what God was saying. He said, I am my word and my word is me. Did he not? Ain't that what he said? That's what he said. Okay? I am my word, and my word is me. So how can you know God if you don't study his word? How can you know what he wants you to do if you don't study his word? If you don't spend time in his word? And if his word is him, that means that everything you're reading is him talking to you, is it not? You can find out the punishments and understand what God doesn't like just by reading the stories. Seeing where a person's mind at, and if they were deceitful or whatever else, you are literally learning what God likes and don't like, right? Or doesn't like, right? When you read and you read a story about such and such, and he did this or she did that, you're literally reading about what God likes and doesn't like, because the punishment came because he didn't like it. So do you think you're getting to know God by reading these stories? Are you listening to his voice when we are reading a story and the hair on your body stand up, or you start to get emotional, or you can feel like, oh no, God was angry? Do you think that's you learning him? Yeah, 100%. Okay. Because once you learned what he liked and didn't like, did your life change? Not just going off what you thought, but listening. It's like if you tell a person, I don't like grape juice, and they bring you grape juice anyway. Well, then you didn't listen to what I said I don't like. So you don't know me, because everything I don't like, you keep bringing it to me. God said, I don't want you to think about how you want. I want you to listen to how I want you to love me. I want you to listen to how I want you to praise me. I don't want you to tell me and come give me whatever you want. I'm gonna tell you how I like it. That's like a person trying to cook an over easy egg for me. You want some eggs? Yes. But please don't make it over easy and you still make it inside jelly because you like that. Well, then don't be mad when I don't receive it from you. I don't want it unless you're going to go back and cook it and then bring it back to me fully cooked. Other than that, yeah, you could keep that. So how many runny eggs have you given, over easy eggs have you given God, and he said, I like them fried hard? But because you like an over easy egg, you give him that. It's quiet. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody in there? In there, in there, in there. Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm in here by myself. Hello? Because if you don't read his word, how do you know what he like and don't like? How many of you prior to coming here didn't think that certain things were a big deal and you realized they were a big deal to God? A huge deal to him. You, 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 you did, and you did, okay. The only way you found that out was how? Reading and studying the Bible and searching the Bible. Okay. Okay. And so once you learned that those things were things that he didn't want or he did not like, did it change your life when you stopped doing them or cut back or whatever else it was? Okay. Definitely by learning more about God and building a relationship with Him. Okay. I'm asking. All right. So, we are now going to page 212 in my book, or the cleansing of the camp. We're going to be right above that. And this is where we're going. Now, if you got a piece of paper, I need you to write down the time and date. And write down cleansing the camp. Time and date, cleansing the camp. And then say here, so I know we can get going. Here. Okay, good job. So we're gonna go a little bit above that. Y'all don't know how y'all's is, so I'm gonna read it and then I'll get to that, because I don't know like how y'all page is. But it says, therefore too did the elders of Israel have to put their hands upon the Levites, according to the prescription that the elders must put their hands upon the sin offering that was to make atonement for the sin of the congregation. Aaron, like the elders, participated in the ceremony of consecration, lifting up every single Levite as a token that he was now dedicated to the sanctuary. Aaron's extraordinary strength is proven by the fact that he was able to lift up 22,000 men in one day. What's that make you think about Aaron? Moses' brother. He was a giant. He had to be. You're not lifting up 22,000 men in one day. Men, you lifted them up like Simba and Mufasa. But a giant can easily do that. Ten, 12 feet tall. Extraordinary strength. Here we go. It says the third law revealed on this day was the command that the children of Israel put out of the camp every leper and unclean person. I need you to write on your paper, thank you for putting out every leper and every unclean person. Thank you for putting out every leper and unclean person. I need you to write this down on your paper. Say here when you're done. Okay. Okay. When Israel moved out of Egypt, the majority of the people were afflicted with physical defects and diseases. Write this down. When Israel moved out of Egypt, the majority of the people were afflicted with physical defects and diseases. Can I ask you a question? How many of y'all came here with a sickness that you are no longer dealing with now? It could be mental, it could be physical, financial, but y'all know what I mean. Anybody had anything that was you was taking medicine for when you came here, or ailment, and now you don't have it no more, or it's manageable or barely existent? It's almost non-existent. Anybody, or even your pain level changed? Yeah. Okay. So the Israelites left out of Egypt sick. They left out of physical sin sick. How many of you didn't get sick until you started doing certain things? And God let some stuff come up on your body and you knew exactly what it was for. Interesting. You said you didn't then, but I do know now. Okay. I come in and you're swinging at me. A good afternoon, Sissy Pooh. I'm just saying. Here we go. Come on in then. Get in the ring. Let's go. It's warm up time. All right. What's the definition of afflicted and the definition of physical defects and diseases? What's the definition of all three of those? What's the definition of afflicted? Had to stop in my tracks by allowing me to get pregnant with tubes tied. Oh, yeah, see, I just don't even fool with none of it because I just be thinking that'll be my lot if I step on out this door. I'll tell you this, that no name I signed and kept them out of here. You hear me? You hear what I tell you? That no name I's allowed? Yeah. Ever since then, it ain't been nothing shaking. Not even you could come and sit on the couch and just talk. Yeah, I maybe shouldn't have put it at that door. Maybe I should have put it at the balcony door, is what I'm thinking. But then that might, I don't know. Afflicted is a problem or illness causing pain and suffering to affect or trouble. Interesting. Okay. So we know that it was something that's causing you pain and trouble in your body. Okay. All right. So then what we got? What do we have for physical defects? What's the definition of a physical defect? Y'all here? This is spooky. Is they slowing us down or something? Because I can't see none of them coming. Hello? That's okay. Yeah, because it's not. I'm here. I'm taking my coat and purse off. Okay. I didn't know because it like abnormalities of a defective body part. Okay. Okay. What is a physical defect? A fault in material or physical condition that limits a person's ability. Here we go. The internet is moving slow. Um, a physical condition that limits a person's ability to function. There we go. Everything has been slow. Okay. Okay. So I ain't tripping in. Okay. All right. Here we go. And then we know what a disease is. It says contracted during their work on the structures they have been compelled to erect in Egypt. One had his hand crushed by a falling stone. Another's eye was blinded by the splashings of loam. And I looked up loam, and it's a fertile type of dirt. So there was people that was blinded by the dirt, probably messed up their retinas because it's sand and dirt and clay mixed together. And then there were other people that their hands and stuff were smashed and bruised and broken from building these pyramids and all the beautiful buildings that we see in Egypt right now. Isn't that crazy? Right? So they left Egypt barely, just, they was all sick. Sin, because y'all know Egypt is considered spiritual sin. When they left that sin, they was broke down and sick. How many of you, when you barely got away from sin by the hair on your chinny chin chin, you was messed up in the mind, messed up in the body? My God, I mean, think about this. Y'all see me when I first came over here, I was looking sickly because I had just came out of a crazy marriage. It was like an illness for me because stress and all of those different emotions had me sick. I was out here sinning, and then I got diagnosed with MS. Come on. This. 26 for me, sis. This. Yeah. Yep. This is where I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at. Here we go. It says it was a battered and crippled host that reached Sinai, eager to receive the Torah. But God said, does it become the glory of the Torah that I should bestow it on a race of, we ain't gonna say that word, but y'all see it. Nor do I want to await the kingdom. Nor do I want to await the coming of another sound generation, for I desire no further delay of the revelation of the Torah. So God said, I am not about to give my word to these broke down, sick people. Y'all don't think that's crazy? God said, I don't want nothing broke down and sickly. And I don't got time to wait for another generation to get up and get moving. So I guess I'm just going to have to heal the ones that's right here. You don't think that's crazy? Not you talking crazy. He was like, I don't, He said, y'all was sick and broke down. Your backs and stuff ain't strong. He was like, no, I'm cool. He said, but I really ain't got time to wait because my plan is get moving. So let me just get in here and get y'all together. Patty. Could you imagine God looking out and everybody looks like the old man from Cusco, from what's the name? Remember the old man that got thrown out the window with the cane and everything? Remember him? And they was wheeling the one in and all of this old stuff. Just imagine everybody that came out of Egypt looking like that, broke down, just barely making it, just oh, my legs, my arms, oh God, you delivered us. He like, y'all can't even stand up to praise me. You can't even jump around, Sam. That ain't jumping. even stand up to worship, but can you do it? Let me see. I said raise your hands high. Raise them high. They like this. He said, no, this ain't what I want for my life. Interesting. Girl, listen. I said, no, you didn't. He said, hereupon God sent angels to heal all among Israel that were diseased or afflicted with defects, so that all the children of Israel were sound and whole when they received the Torah. Can I ask you a question? How many of you, your physical ailments, the pain or the medicine that you needed to take, by the end of the first year you being here, it had decreased? So by February of 23, there was things that was changing in your life. So before we could get into the word really deeply, God had already started to heal you. He started to heal your mind. He started to heal your physical body, because he knew y'all was going to be doing stuff like planting gardens, making bread. You can't be broke down doing all that. If God was getting ready to give you a new life and a new land, you physically have to be able to take care of it. Do you not? God was getting ready to do a new thing with them. And if they didn't have the physical strength to cultivate the new ground he was about to give them, and to build the houses or to maintain the houses that was already there, what good would it be? Y'all wouldn't last that long. So he had some angels come in and heal all the broken bones, heal all of the sickness. So that way, when God got ready to do what he was going to do, you could actually praise him with your whole self. You said off 38 meds, 4 different injections, and now walker free. Thank you, Jesus. Come on, Dad. How you going to spread the word if you can't move around? He started healing me 2 years before I got here. Thank you, Lord. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's a real thing. When you start searching for him, and when you start looking, your life gets better. He is the medicine. The word is the medicine. In this state, just like you said, before he gave them the word, he started healing their bodies. Because you can't rejoice if you can't move around. Get this. Y'all remember when they started complaining? It was more of a confirmation for me when I got here that I did the right thing by not taking meds. Once I learned that things been looking upward, no more every other day injections for me. Come on, not one relapse in 3 years. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. All of it. All of it. Think about this. Who remembers when they said they wanted to go back to Egypt to the leeks and the potatoes and the onions? Y'all remember this? They started complaining about not having nothing to eat. Y'all remember this? Think about this. Do y'all realize they were saying we want to be sick again? Y'all realize that's what they was asking for? Now that you know that they had physical defects and they all had illness and sickness, do you realize how much of a slap in the face that it was when they said we should have stayed in Egypt when they was barely getting out because they was so sick and diseased in their bodies? I done came out here. You shouldn't even be alive. You're in the middle of the desert. Some of y'all couldn't walk. Some of y'all was so mad. And I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying, could you imagine God's anger? Now I know why he wouldn't let nobody over the age of 20 or whatever it was go into the new kingdom. Go into Canaan. Remember it said everybody under the age of 20, they gonna die out before y'all get in there. Because you left out of there not a healthy person, and then you want to go back to what made you sick? You want to go back to what made you barely mobile? You want to go back to what kept you in pain and kept you stressed out and kept you not knowing what it was going to be from day to day? You want to go back to that? Never mind, I got y'all over the Red Sea and all of this. Never mind that. Never mind that I just unalived all these Egyptians for y'all. Never mind that when they was drinking bloody water, y'all was not. Never mind that when it was bugs flying in their food and everywhere else and up their nose, they wasn't flying at y'all house. Never mind that I kept y'all babies safe when the spirit of death was running. Never mind none of that. The fact that you barely made it out and they was bringing y'all out on stretchers and all of this stuff, and now you are perfectly healed and you want to go back to that? They wanted to go back to mental slavery and physical slavery. All of it. Because if they would, okay, let's go. I'll show you something. Here we go. All right. It says, hereupon God sent angels to heal all among Israel that were diseased or afflicted with defects. The children of Israel were sound and whole when they received the Torah. They remained in this condition until they worshipped the golden calf, when all their diseases returned as a punishment for the defection from God. Y'all heard that? They was well as long as they was walking with God. But when they went back to worshiping idol gods, immediately the sickness that God healed them from, it came back. Y'all heard that? Y'all want to know something crazy? Do y'all? Y'all realize we in the golden calf era again? And you know what's back? Diseases that ain't been around since forever. Because the world is getting ready to worship an idol. And the diseases that came back on the children of Israel is about to come it's about to come back, because the same thing is about to be happening. Bro, they already coming back. Y'all don't think that's crazy? That we in the Babylon golden calf era right now. And you know what's back? A whole bunch of diseases and stuff. Leprosy back, all kind of stuff, plagues. I read that, I was like, y'all don't think it's crazy? Same thing was going on then. But now that the world is getting ready to worship this Antichrist, the boils and the plagues and the sickness and all of that is coming back. TB, measles, monkeypox, everything. The zombie virus, something they just found over there in Antarctica or wherever they was at. Listen, here we go. It says, only the women during their stay in the desert were exempt from the customary ailments to which women are subject. As a reward for being the first who declared themselves ready to accept the Torah. When the tabernacle had been consecrated, God said to Moses, so as long as you had not yet erected the tabernacle, I did not object to having the unclean and the lepers mingle with the rest of the people. But now that the sanctuary is erected and that my Shekinah dwells among you, I insist upon your separating all these from among you, that they may not defile the camp in the midst of which I dwell. How many of you, when you came over here, all of the people that you used to kick it with went away? All the people you used to hang out with, they used to blow up your phone for trips and whatever else, they just went away. They went away. You had family members and friends and whoever else, that just nobody around. You mean because God was cleaning the tabernacle? He said, well, before I came and took up space in your heart and in your house, you could have anybody you wanted over here. He said, but now that I'm here, that can't go down. I can't let you have mentally sick people, spiritually sick is what I mean. They can't be all in here now because I live here now. I took up space. This is my humble abode. So everybody can't come in here. Everybody can't be around you. They can come outside or you can go out and meet them, but they can't be right here in your crib. Anybody got less visitors that you used to have? Used to always be somebody pulling up, or you know what I mean. You had homegirls, whatever, that'll come up, or homeboys that'll pull up. Now, no. They don't show up. They don't invite you either. That's why. I need you to highlight this and write this part down on your paper. Right here. I need you to write down, when the tabernacle had been consecrated, God now said to Moses, so as long as you had not erected the tabernacle, I did not object to having the unclean and the lepers mingle with the rest of the people. But now that the sanctuary is erected, and my Shekinah dwells among you, I insist upon your separating all of these from among you, that that they may not defile the camp in the midst of which I dwell. The reason that God moved him around is because he was about to be around you more, and you was inviting him into your life more, and you built a space for him to come and teach you in your home. He said where two or three get together, and you for a very long time was in here about every day for hours and hours and hours and hours. And so you were cleaning up your space, you were cleaning up your physical space, you were cleaning up your spiritual space. And so God said, they can't come over no more because they're spiritually sick, and they gonna keep you spiritually sick. You said, I can't go back, I won't go back. Come on, Sarah. So I need y'all to write that down. And anything prior to that, I need y'all to write that down. Then we gonna go somewhere else. Give me 1 second. Put that on your notepad. I gotta get on some dehydrating too. I got me some sweet potatoes. I've been trying to take a break though. So, y'all got that written down? Yeah. I got a reason to clap my hands and sing and dance that part. Dude. Here we go. It says the law in regard to lepers was particularly severe, for they were denied the right of staying within the camp, whereas the unclean were prohibited merely from staying near the sanctuary. The lepers were the ones who had worshipped the golden calf and had as a consequence been smitten with this disease. Hold on. So the people that got the people to take their eyes off of God and look at something else got the disease that made people not want to look at them, and they had to cover themselves up. And when people looked at them, they were disgusted. Do you think that's a fitting punishment? The people that got God's people to look at an inanimate object, a gold cow that they made with their own hands, and worship it. Remember, they looked upon the golden calf to worship it. The punishment for them was that they had to keep their body covered because it was full of sores, and when people saw them, their faces turned up. You want to know what face people was probably making? The same face that God was making when his people was worshiping a golden calf. It made God sick to his stomach to see it. And the punishment was that their body was going to be afflicted with sores that pussed and oozed and their fingers be falling off and all kinds of stuff, so that people looked at them with disgust, the way that they made people look at God like he wasn't good enough, like a cow was going to. You feel me, Rika? The punishment suit the crime. You made people not look at God, and now he made people not look at you. He had the universal, right. Ain't that crazy? Y'all, when I read this, I was like, oh, you made people take their eyes off of God, and now he made people not even be able to look at you. The same way you made people feel disgusted with God and like God wasn't enough. You don't think that's crazy? Y'all don't think that's crazy? God said you made them take their eyes off of me, and I'm going to make people not even want to look nowhere your way. Man. Here we go. It says, and it was for this reason that God separated them from the community. I can't even let you be around in here because you going to spread a whole bunch of chaos. And yep, amen. 13 sins are punished with leprosy by God: blasphemy, unchastity, they had their own community, and everybody over there was sick. Birds of a feather. They minds wasn't right, and their bodies added up to that. It manifested in their body, did it not? They created a sickness among God's people, with people thinking wrong, and that sickness materialized on their bodies, and everybody over there was sick. A lot of sick people hang out together, do they not? Bitter people hang out with bitter people. Messy people hang out with messy people. Loose people hang out with loose folks. Thieves hang out with thieves. Murderers hang out with murderers. So whatever your sickness is, you gonna find your community. Bars, trap houses, come on. It says murder, false suspicion, which is accusing folks. Oh, you look suspicious. Pride, illegal appropriation, hold on, of the rights of others. Can I ask you a question? Did the lepers used to cover themselves with makeup? They covered themselves. They tried to cut, it might have been mud. It was something that they covered themselves with so their skin didn't look so bad. Like cover up. To try to cover up the scars from the wounds healing and all of that. I don't know if it was mud. I don't know what. Because you got to think, the color left. So the same way we do color corrector right now to try to cover up dark spots and things like that. They put, whether it was a salve, a colored salve, they put stuff over their skin to try to cover up all of the defects in their skin. The same way we do right now. Let me ask you a question. How many different skin disorders and skin cancers are there? A rough number. Skin cancer and skin disorders. Over 3,000. Interesting. Over 600. In the U.S., 3.6 million cases of BCC and one are diagnosed worldwide. Cancers is 1.5 million new cases of skin cancer were estimated in 2022, and that was just in America. Interesting. Here we go. Slander. Remember when I told y'all God popped me in my mouth today? That me talking about my ex-husband, even though y'all don't know his name, is a form of slander. Even though I gotta tell it in a different way is what he let me know. Think about how many people are sick with all kinds of diseases. And it is only because of their conduct. Some of their children are sick because of their conduct. It's 13 things that'll get God to give you a skin condition. Are you getting this? And they're all a sin. So sickness really does come from sin. It could even be just speech. We know this because you can speak something over somebody else and it'll happen to you. You can speak something over another person's child and it'll happen to 2 of your kids. Here we go. It says theft, perjury. So some people are sick because they are thief. Some people sick because they always talking about people. Some people sick because they lie for other folks. Profanation of the divine name. Some people are sick because they profane God's name. Some people are sick because they got idolatry. Some people sick because they envy other people. And some people is sick because of the contempt of the Torah. Goliath was stricken with leprosy because he reviled God. The daughters of Zion became leprous in punishment of their unchastity. So because they was throwing that thing back, they got leprosy. Leprosy was Cain's punishment for the murder of Abel. When Moses said to God, "But behold, they will not believe me," God replied, "O Moses, art thou sure that they will not believe thee? They are believers and the sons of believers. Thou who didst suspect them wrongly Put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Uzziah presumed upon the rights of the priesthood and went into the temple to burn incense upon the altar of incense. He was just about to commit the offense when the leprosy break forth on his head. So he said, you ain't about to tell me what I can do in the temple. I'm going to do what I want to do. You can't tell me what I ain't about to do. And he went in there and did it. And right before he got ready to do it, leprosy broke out. The color of his skin just left, sores and whatnot. Since you going to be hard-headed. So giants got leprosy and regular-sized people. Interesting. Listen. Whew. Leprosy fell upon Naaman, who had grown arrogant because of his heroic deeds. So arrogance can cause you to get a skin condition or some type of sickness as well. Interesting. For slandering Moses, Miriam became leprous as snow. Gossiping. Got it. Tearing somebody else down. Got it. And Gehazi was punished by leprosy because he frustrated the purpose of Elijah. So you trying to get in somebody's way, who desired to accept nothing from Naaman in order that the cure might be redound to the glory of God. So Naaman, we know he tried to pay Elisha so that he could get a cure. And God told he didn't want to go dip down in the water. He wanted to just pay him. And he said, just pray and it'll do it. Another important law revealed on this day referred to the celebration of the second Passover feast. Mishael and Elizaphan, who had attended to the burial of Nadab and Abihu, were godly men, anxious to fulfill these commandments of God. Hence, they went to the house where Moses and Aaron instructed the people and said to them, we are defiled by the dead body of man. Wherefore we are kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel. Moses first answered that they might not keep the Passover, owing to their condition of uncleanness. But they argued with him, asking that even if, owing to their condition, that they might not partake of the sacrificial meat, they might at least be permitted to participate in the offspring of the paschal lamb, and having the blood of the offspring sprinkled for them. Moses admitted that he could not pass judgment on this case before receiving instruction concerning it from God. For Moses had the rare privilege of being certain of receiving revelations from God whenever he applied to him. He therefore bade Mishael and Elizaphan await God's judgment concerning their case, and sentence was indeed revealed immediately. It was on this day also that God said to Moses, a heavy blow of fate has fallen upon Aaron today. But instead of murmuring, he thanked me for the death that robbed him of his two sons, which proves his trust in my justice toward them, who had deserved punishment more severe. Go then and comfort him, and at the same time tell him that he become not at all times into the holy place. That he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark. These last words greatly aggrieved Moses, who now thought, woe is me, for it seems as if Aaron had lost his rank, since he may not at all times enter the sanctuary. The statement of the periods for his admission into the sanctuary is also intermediate, that I am not at all sure whether they are to recur hourly or daily or annually, every 12 years, perhaps even 70, or not at all. But God replied, thou art mistaken. I was not thinking of fixing a certain time, whether hour or day or year, for Aaron may enter the sanctuary at any time, But when he does, he must observe certain ceremonies. So Moses was thinking, okay, so Aaron is banned from coming into the temple. God said, no, it's not what I said. He said, you thinking, calm down. I'm just telling you, he gonna be able to go in there, but it's certain things that he gonna have to do that you're not gonna have to do. They both going in the temple. They both priests. But sometimes God has a different plan for you. So just because you worshiping in the same place and just because God has used both of y'all don't mean that your road to God is going to be the same. God might want a different praise or a different offering from you. And this is why it does not pay for you to try to live somebody else's life or somebody else's calling. Because God has specific things that he wants each and every last one of us to do. You hear that? They both going to worship in the same place. They both going to be delivering God's word. But Aaron has to do something different from his brother. God wants a different type of praise from Aaron than he does Moses. Do you hear me? What you're supposed to do, I'm not supposed to be doing. And what I'm supposed to be doing, you ain't supposed to be doing it. God has a different way for every. Okay, prime example. You got musicians. You got people that teach. You got people that cook in the kitchen and they gon' show the love. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Good job. Good job. I'm going to let y'all finish the rest of this because it's real, real good. And I'm going to go make me some food. And maybe take me a nap because I've been up since early. And then hopefully we'll get back on here later on. I stopped at 2:18. So 2:18, 2:19. So y'all can go ahead and read further, or y'all can wait for me later. And I am gonna get back on later on. I know I said that yesterday, but I've been trying to just kind of see how the days go. But I will get back on later because it was some other interesting stuff that I read in there. But hopefully today, you're welcome. Hopefully today, maybe you can take this information to somebody else and help them understand that, hey, maybe you're sick because do you participate in any of this stuff? Love you too, Pumpkin. There's some seeds that could be dropped in there. You got some older folks in your family that's stubborn and messy. I might show them this. Or just snap a picture of it and say, hey, what you think about this right here? What this say to your spirit? The Legends of the Jews. Book 3. But you know you can go back and watch class and find out. Okay? So, throw your seeds out. Throw your seeds out. Get your basket, and you're welcome. Get your basket and fill your basket up with seeds and throw them out. Okay? Yeah, I'm about to go make me some food. I love y'all. Can I tell y'all real quick though? And then I'm gonna go. So I had got me some. You said let me ruffle some feathers with this. I love it. So I had got some like the croissants they have at Walmart or whatever. Not Walmart. I did get them from Costco, but I had got some of the croissants and left them open. Left the little plastic thing open, and they got hard. Y'all made me the best freaking croutons with some olive oil and Italian seasoning and all the little seasoning with a little red pepper and white pepper and all of that. Baby, put them in the oven. You just came back from Costco. Girl, did you get the strawberry pretzels? Did you? They so good. That's what I would. what it was. I couldn't remember. Ooh, girl, I done almost ate a 10 pound, 5 pound bag. I don't know how many pounds. I think it was a 5 pound bag. I didn't almost ate the whole thing. It might be three. I think it was 3 or 5 pounds because it felt like the weight of a bag of sugar. And I'm gonna show y'all what I got left. Smashing it. Listen, they so good. Might have been two. I don't know how many pounds, but this bag was full. This bag was filled all the way up to the rim, barely could close. It was filled all the way up to the rim, barely could close. And this is how many y'all done ate in less than probably about a week. By myself. They smell so good. It was full. Oh, they're so good. And they smell so good. They smell like strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. I'm trying to tell you, love you too. You hear me? And I got me some yogurt. I was dipping them in the yogurt. They already strawberry yogurt covered, but I had me some yogurt. Just big for no reason. They firing some like vanilla yogurt or flat. Listen, love y'all too. They is real good. Listen, you want a snack for the kids, and I use them like a spoon, so I don't even eat. Lord knows my back is big enough. Mine too, but it is what it is. Y'all remember my big back soul when we get up there. Girl. These don't taste waxy. And they smell exactly like strawberry. But they don't have a lot of something and something else in them. Like, you can eat them with ice on top of ice cream, chop them up, and have you like a vanilla ice cream with these crumpled up on the top, baby. Or get you some strawberry jelly and get you some vanilla ice cream. Listen, get you some vanilla ice cream, right? And you know how they like spoon it out, like out the thing and lay it flat, and put you some strawberry jelly in there, and then crumple these in the middle of there. This ain't nothing. This is like strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Like, it'll be like that. Girl, y'all better be happy my kids ain't here, because I'll be making all kind of stuff, because I know they'll love that. Take that vanilla ice cream and lay it out, crunch up some of these, and then put that strawberry jelly in there and roll it up on the thing and put it back. Girl, like, baby, listen. You said this is starting to sound like the Big Back Channel. Carlos, it been the Big Back Channel since we've been here. If that ain't a tongue twister, it's been the Big Back Channel since we've been here. I'm already wanting to mix them with Oreo. Girl, yeah. That could even be a bomb pretzel crust. I made 2 batches of Dubai chocolate yesterday. So can I tell you something? I want one. Okay, I'm going to just do it today. I've been saying I'm going to buy one, and every time I get on there, it hurts my heart. $24. I done put it in my cart 10 times, girl. I put it in there last night. And I said, no, CERCA, I'm doing it. It's almost my birthday. I'm doing it. Yeah, but to make your own, it's more expensive than $24. Yeah, but it's only me. It's more expensive. I already looked up the pistachio cream and everything. It's more, the pistachio cream, $12, $13. Then you gotta buy that little bread stuff. Well, I put the stuff in the cart to make it. It's like $40. I picked my own pistachios out of the shell and made the butter. But how much was the pistachios? was the ingredients was like $40. 35. It was free because I got them from the pantry. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though, because I didn't look it up. Every time I saw the strawberry one, I was like, yes. Then I was like, okay, I'll just make them. It ain't cheaper to make them, but it's still, that's for a candy bar. I said, God. I even looked up how to make the stuff. I didn't look it up. I didn't did all the research and everything, but I didn't. Okay. So with the pistachios, maybe I'll just go get the pistachios. I seen how to make the flour. It's flour and something else. So you need pistachios, honey, that kunafa stuff or whatever it's called, and then chocolate, right? That's it. I know. You see my toss up. I done put that thing in my cart probably ain't on how many times. And then I said, no, I'm gonna just make it. And then. But now that I know, okay, so I can go get some pistachios. I got honey. Do they sell that stuff? Where do they sell that stuff at? Do they sell it at like Walmart? Kanafi chocolate and tahini. What is that? And powdered sugar. Do they sell out? I ain't been in Walmart in months. Do they sell these at Walmart? I'm sure Walmart got them now because they out. I don't want to give them my money. They got it at Walmart? No. So where did you go get your stuff? Amazon. Okay, fine. Okay. See? That's what I'm talking about. Yes, my back is about to be bigger, and I don't care that it's summertime. Fine. Yeah, I don't think they probably not going to have, if they don't got it at yours, they're not going to have it at mine either. Anyway. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Let me go. I'm about to find me some. I think I'm about to make me a chicken patty. I'm going to defrost. Okay. Thank you. Like I said, I done put everything in my cart and took it out. Put the candy bar in there, took it out, because I was like, this is crazy. Got it. Okay. All right. I'm going to look it up. I love y'all. But I'm about to make me a chicken sandwich. I'm going to defrost me a chicken thigh, cut it off the bone, and batter it real good, and fry that up and make me a chicken sandwich. Or put me some lettuce and stuff on there, probably a little bacon. That's what I want, like a club chicken sandwich. Maybe with some fries. I think I got some curly fries in there. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Or I might make me some home fries. Yeah, that sounds good. That's what I'm doing. All right. I love y'all. That's what I'm about to do.